Howdy, my name's Larian, and welcome back. This is the Endless Cycle. We are watching and waiting for our happy little necromancers to finally finish, building a comfortable home. They're doing all right. The humans among the colony are doing okay. Dundully here, our little necromancer, our warlock, who died prematurely and then was brought back, is still in kind of a position where I'm not sure what I want them to do. I think because of that passion for research, really need to lean into that. The work schedules right now are such that okay. The other thing that the work schedule is such that he has been kind of stubborn, but we're putting more. Yeah, he's got that high forgetting speed, but we're playing with mad skills, and I believe forgetting is disabled. So a natural passion might just be a positive general passion. Let's actually look at the settings real quick. I don't normally do this very often, but we're going to go into mad skills. And yeah, decay is just straight up turned off. And there is a limit to the amount of XP you can earn in a day before it caps you out. Okay, so the storm has stopped and we have some serious thunder going on. Disturbing vision. Morg has had a strange dream. In it, he saw a black shape unfurling in space and time, growing and consuming. This shape originated from a nearby crumbling monolith. Upon waking from the vision, Morg feels strangely drawn to the monolith. It calls to him. And it really wants us to do something with the monolith, which we are going to ignore aggressively. Okay, I think what we're also going to do here is we are going to try to fence off some of this area as well. I'm going to mark this. We're not going to actually perform that yet, but the door there, in line with that. And we want a wall here. And here, we're going to also wall off for security reasons, for control of this side of the river. Up here, we want a similar cutoff right about here. Oops. Put a little on that line. And then we want to put a platform for the fish. Yeah, we really need to. Okay. So right now we're going to disallow fishing in this zone because we keep letting our catch just sail away. We need to make a platform for people to be standing on. Dundully got another magic level. Okay, and that conversion, Wanek, the pyromaniac kid, she is close now. She's very close to converted. So that's good. Good on you, Crouchy. But magic skills, we're going to, instead of making the bond stronger, we're going to make it less onerous. So now if we go and look for, who did we wind up bonding? I think it was Rack. If we look at his health now, yeah. So now, instead of a minus 20 penalty to things, it's only a minus 16 penalty. So that's good. Okay, so we got those wall plans, that wall plan. This new storm will put out these fires. So we don't need to worry about that. It won't reach us. We also want to put a wall here. Okay, that's frustrating. I don't know why the designator shapes are being that way to us. Yeah. I guess it's just not working with this, that mod. But we will do that, and we will make bunkers outside of each of those. So that's pretty good. We probably actually want a wall off over here as well. It's hard to tell where the water is too deep and isn't. But I think cutting a... because the shadow... I know we're super low on food. Okay, so we can get rid of... we can get rid of several of those, it looks like. Those 3. Yeah, okay, that's actually really good. So we can do that. And we will plan on putting the door right there at the edge. Okay, so for fishing to be... somebody haul in that food. Let's go ahead and build up a pier. What is this? Oh, that is fishing zone 2. Let's delete that. That might be part of the problem, but really we want... go. I wonder if I shrink... you know what? Hang on. We're going to do science for this real quick. Okay. Actually, no. I know I have to designate. So what we're going to want is... eventually, we're just going to have a path along much of the edge here, but that's kind of the priority section. All right. Let's go turbo speed. Okay, an arcane items collector. We wanted merchants hanging around here, I believe, was the original plan. So let's go ahead and look and see if we have the... seasonal flooding. There we go. Called it. Okay. So, this is part of why we didn't build up against the river. We'll see how bad it gets. I'm going to put a marker. Actually, yeah, we're going to put a marker here just to show. Okay, so that's about our line. Actually, it's already flooded in a couple of tiles. So this is... the flood is still, you know... yeah, anyways. We're going to have that as a indicator of kind of where the water line used to be. We do know that this right here is the water line. So seasonal flooding happens in the middle of April, May. Good to know. But we want the merchant here. Outreach. We're going to add a... I don't think I want them in here. We're going to want them staying right around here, I think. For now. We'll probably move it to where it's somewhere that our faces can hang out. Why was he... Oh, he just fell over in the water. Okay. They're crossing the river. Yeah, because they cross the river, and then they'll be able to hang out over there. Morg, stop falling down in the water. We know. Okay. And Crouchy is our face here. Let's go ahead and do some merchanting. What are you doing down here? He was collecting all of this wood. Let's go ahead and schedule that for some urgent collection. Who's idle? She's idle. That's because we don't know. We just finished the research. Okay. So, grilling is... It's just another oven option. The grill, yeah, it makes special kinds of food here. So, the simple grill is a... This is meat only. And does it give a buff of any sort? I'm not seeing anything. It is something that we can't freeze. So that's something to be aware of. But right now we are searching for technologies. And I don't think just having another way to cook protein that we're not producing yet makes very much sense, even though it's probably more useful technology in the near run. This one, if I do this, we have the problem of it'll unlock Magic Circle in its stead, which is a longer to research tech. So I think what makes the most sense here, as much as I kind of hate it, so long blades is a dead-end tech. Researching that would help. Researching grilling would help. The rest of these all have follow-up techs. Coal production. Okay, this just allows us to... Yeah, this gives us some machines that run off of coal, is all. And only coal. But I think this would also allow us to burn wood into charcoal, which hopefully would be for better fuel, which is not a bad idea. Let's go ahead and... Even though this is faster, it's just gonna... you know what? Let's just do it. I'm talking myself in circles. She should be able to... Okay, well, she's gonna take a nap. That's fine. Okay, we do have some of these rooms. Actually, all 4 of these rooms are available. So we're gonna go ahead and... Morg is running down to get that. Crouchy is still on his way to the merchants. That's funny. Who are hanging out over in that mud puddle. It's fine. We want to move all of the bedroom tech into these other rooms here. And we do want to have... You know what we also do need? Let's go ahead and build some ventilation between those rooms. Okay, they would actually buy the skeleton. That's neat. They will buy the Lucy. Okay, they will... Let's see, what do we have? We could buy a crab from them, That's entertaining. How much meat on one of those? Okay, a reasonable amount of meat. But since we would only have the one, not going to help. Litter World Medicine. Okay, okay, so some classes that we can't afford. Magic Cooler, however, we might be able to afford. This, how much does it? I don't know, but either way, this would allow us to make our walk-in fridge with magic. Okay, so 470. I don't think we can afford that. If we sell the Lucy... Actually, we probably can if we're willing to sell some other things here. And if we sell all of the coffee... Okay, yeah, we can afford this. So... let's trade some Luciferium and some coffees for the ability to set up a cooling source. Hopefully, my goodness, and he has a ton of other spells, as well as some magic weapons, none of which are in our price range, but that's okay. I think we accept that. We're gonna pause here real quick. Actually, no. We'll let them haul it because they should. Yeah, they will take it in there, and Dendali can go and get that when he's ready. We're going to schedule bedroom movement now. One bed. 2 bed. 3 bed, and then we'll craft another bed here in this room eventually. Actually, let's cancel that, and we'll put this up here. Because that 4th bedroom is actually needs to be the nicer bedroom for Rack to have the nicest bedroom, even though he doesn't use it. All those. This needs to be reinstalled. This needs to be reinstalled, and she needs to get one. And this needs to be quality build, at least normal. So that's the 3 bedrooms, and then we'll make the fancier bedroom here. Let's go ahead and remove the planning from that. And we will just extend this out like so. So it's a bigger room. And then once those are all moved around... Oh yeah, the other thing I was thinking was actually airflow. So we are going to... we're going to ventilate in between those rooms, so it's all together, and then we will move the... Yeah, we can't. That's unfortunate that we cannot relocate those. So you don't ever refuel, and you don't ever refuel. But we will build a copy. In sort of opposite ends of that. Oh, we also need to build a wall here. But we're not going to build it out of wood here. just going to put a slate chunk wall there for now. Morg, when you're done with that, I actually want you to clean, 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 and clean. And then you can build that. Okay, the spell... Okay, the spell got dropped off over there. You, sir, need to learn this spell. Okay, so now, magical cooler. Yeah, it reserves mana, 25 mana, and it just makes a permanent refrigerated area. Okay. Yeah. All right. We will let these clean up later. But once that's all done, we can break through and make this a path, and we can reduce the amount of foot traffic that goes in and out of the storehouse if we can help it. More coffee's floating down the river. And where are you going, sir? You are acquiring wood. You are acquiring that pile of wood that nobody else has hauled. Oh, I guess some of it has been hauled. There's another reason to want that second bridge. But we don't have enough wood for aggressive bridging yet. We don't even have enough wood for that yet. It's already moved in 2 squares. How close are our tomatoes to done? Tomatoes are really close. The peas are still to... Yeah, okay, yeah, the peas that are on fertile soil, those are going to be done real soon, and the rain is, of course, helping. Alright. Morg is playing chess. We will let him. He's going to go down and build that. Let's go ahead and register a... Let's get that going as well. With a door scheduled to be installed right there and right there. Okay. Oh, okay. Sure. I will accept a present from the merchants. They gave us back a little bit more money than we had requested of, or we had given them. I don't know where it went. Oh, I guess they dropped it off in here. That's interesting. That crab was still catching up to the merchants. They are taking their sweet, sweet time in leaving the map here. And that's okay. We're going to wall off areas on either side, and so we don't need to extend the bridge quite so much because the walled off area will prevent the floodwaters from flowing. Let's see, that science is coming along nicely, so that's good. Yeah, and I think we're definitely going to want to extend this workshop some here. We're going to extend it like that, and we will allow people to run through here. That's okay. We'll probably... That's still fine. They can horseshoes from those directions. Oh, he's so close. 15 is going to be great. And look at that skill just fly. That number is going up real nice. You know what? Let's go ahead and actually pop in the magic cooler spell right now. Come on over here. And we are going to see just how cold that makes this room. Magical cooler in the corner, right there. Doesn't tell us how cool it is yet, but that's okay. It is showing that it's cooling this space. So right now, it is 22 degrees. $17. $16. Okay, this is colder than... All right, yeah, this will actually be cold. So this is good. This is really, really good. We can move all of our food storage in here. At 5 degrees, 4, beauty. Okay. And it is, in fact, frozen. Okay. That's what I thought it was. But this is nice. So hopefully it just hovers at about -4. The larger we make the room, the more it's going to work. But with cutting this off, that'll help. Okay, -4. That's still very, very good. And unfortunately for him, if we look at him here... Oh, his comfort level's actually going up. I guess it's because he's sitting in a nice chair. We will actually want a door from the butcher into the freezer as well, so they can just go directly in and out to grab corpses. Alright. Party is good. We want those happy thoughts. Especially because, like, we have people walking around without pants on right now, so any happy thoughts we can give them is good. I need to see if we can... I'm going to make a regular crafting spot here. And see if we can... Okay, that's not the spot for that. We can't... Okay, at this, we can actually make hay weave from this. Okay. I am going to do that. And we are going to do this with our surplus of everything above, I'm going to say, 400. And we'll use it with whatever's most damaged. We're going to have a huge food harvest. Mana surge. All right, great. So hopefully that means he will level up a little bit more. But we're going to get that soul bond buffed pretty well. All right, and we finished the research project. I wish I had something... I'm going to look for something that will give me a more obvious indicator that the research has completed. Because normally it feels a little more obvious, and it's not been. Okay, so stone crushing. Here we go. Okay, this is great. This will be the next tier of working with rocks. We want this. That'll allow us to make these crushed things out of slabs instead of just stacking pebbles that we collect from the ground. All right, somebody has at least installed that, or no, we're still a couple of wood short. And Morg is meditating to keep his thing up. Nobody's injured, so they don't need his thingy. We look at him, he's halfway to learning another level, which would boost their target's folk mind for a minute. This, I mean, this is a combat thing. Regrow limbs, however, is regrow limbs. So that is important. Okay, torrential rain. Okay, so the flood water is going to go crazy. I think this is the natural flooding level right now. I think this is where it probably reaches naturally. Thankfully, we have walls protecting us from the flood water in most cases. It is going to wash away some of the wood that we've cut over on this side. But that's all right. What are you working on? You are just hauling. Okay, we need to make... Yeah, we need to get this extended. But I want to do this out of some better material. So this is still staying frozen. This is nice. Okay. Rack, I want you to actually build that door. And we're not going to worry about refrigerating the kitchen at all, because it's just going to, with the people opening and closing this door all day, get frozen anyway. Morg, build the torch so you dig faster. Rank 4 sciencing. Yeah, I'm going to look for a mod or an option that will make the fact that we don't have a science equipped more obvious. Okay, temperature in here is good. It's nice. She doesn't have... Why is she not sleeping in her bed? Here. Clean your bedroom, and then you will sleep in... Why aren't you sleeping in your bed? Oh, wait. Is the... That's the problem. Okay. Let's fix that. We'll restrict her to home instead. And we need to, because we've been extending, we need to extend our definition of safe. Yeah, these sheets of rain are probably really, really awful on the video, for which I apologize. Zooming out. Doesn't really help. Zooming in. Doesn't really help. Ah, but we've hit steel over on this side, so that's nice. Morgue. Build that door. We're going to want him to build. Oh, good. And he delivered the wood for that door as well. But we have our airlock on either side of this. We have our magical freezer, which is just happening at the cost of a quarter of the mage's mana capacity. I'm happy. It means we can start being kind of aggressive with our food production, which is a really good thing because we have harvests ready. We have a lot of crops ready to pick. And we will start making some more interesting menu options. Okay, Crouchy here should be... Yep, he's queued up. As soon as he finishes picking these berries... People need not to leave that stuff in the ground. And, okay, Wannock has been converted. Great, so Dundeli is the next one. Keep converting him. His certainty has naturally decayed a little bit, but that's within just normal fluctuations. There's nothing weird there. All right, we're going to watch this research tick over. It's really close. And yeah, not a sound effect, nothing. All right, that's infuriating. Okay, well, long blades it is then. Let's research spears. All right. Go ahead and make the other light over there. And we're going to need, I think, the steel pile. Yeah, we have room for more steel, but not that much steel, I don't think. Haul that. Haul that. And we're going to haul those. Those are just getting dumped right here for now. Eventually, in the very near future, we're going to want a stockpile for those stone chunks. Thing has hit. These little pools are actually flooding. That's kind of cool. I like that. I like that the little ponds flood as well as the river. How's our bamboo doing? It's doing. Alright, the magic is returning to normal. Not that we probably could have had him cast a couple of spells just to practice magic. In fact, we probably should. Here, you know what? Cast Shadow Step. Whoop. There. Alright, I'm happy with that. The torrents are done. So yeah, with the full blood effect. That's impressive. Okay, we are going to reinstall this pallet. Right here. And then we are going to build a copy right here. That will be where we store stone chunks. Shambler. Okay. So, we are being attacked by an anomaly. This is the basic anomaly zombie. We can actually reanimate these and turn them into Forsaken. Ooh, wrong game. Into Profaned here. This is a doctor who hates everything. Some of that is, I think this is the Shambler nature. I think Fervent Researcher. No, Fervent Researcher. Okay. Yeah, okay. So this guy would only be a scientist and a doctor. This is actually reasonable. Well, let's see if we have any way of containing to do some void research on. I don't believe we do. We do have our operating table that we probably should put in the hospital. I'm going to go ahead and queue this up right now, just to remind us of that. Barricades and traps and stuff. All right, let's actually look here in the entity containment. Yeah, holding platforms. Zero cost. Required is electricity. Okay, all right. So, and we don't have any of the non-tech containment. Maybe it's holding. Is it holding? Is it holding? Holding platform. No, it just holding spot here. Yeah. We can make a holding spot, and this does not have a tech requirement. So we should be able to just make a holding spot. Corpse spot. Research. Zone. Locations. A place for androids to stand. Yeah, I'm not seeing this. I wonder if it vanished in the sorting. That doesn't make any sense, though. It's fine. The shambler isn't coming anywhere close to us. It's literally just hanging out over here by this turtle. It's gonna decay slow. Oh wait, is it? Is it gonna come? Yeah, it's just hanging out here. Like, it has so far to go to get to us. We're not really in any meaningful danger of it coming to visit. Okay. A bed. Let's go ahead and make this other bedroom to make him happy. Real quick. Bedroom. We don't have enough gold. But we can make a double bed here for him. And we can guarantee that it is at least good. We can build a end table, and we can build a dresser here. And that, I think, is all that we are willing to do in the name of a bedroom that will not be used. Alright, somebody needs to clean the... How about you clean the room? Actually, clean this room and then clean this room. And then we will start setting up. We can actually go ahead and delete our... We can remove the plans for this. And we are going to make our new food stockpiles. And this pile, storage, priority, preferred, clear all food. We will not allow grills. We will not allow grills to be stored in there. Whoops. And eventually we will not allow canned thing. You know what? Let's not allow canned food in here. Not that it matters. Bakes. I don't know if bakes get ruined when they get put in there. We're not going to worry about this too much, though. Drinks and condiments, uncooked soups. Hay is not allowed to be stored in here. Kibble is not allowed to be stored in here. And then corpses. Animal corpses are allowed to be stored in here. But we don't allow rotten anything. Nothing rotten. Now you are set to important. We are going to change you to where you are not allowed to store most meals. We can keep canned food in here, and we can keep grills in here. And we will allow hay also to be stored in here, because that was the other thing we had excluded. condiments can be stored here. And we will allow that stuff. That's fine. Okay. And then we're going to start adding some shelves and things. Let's go ahead and build another door right there for that. And we are also going to build a copy of this right there to make sure that's airlocked. And then once it is, we will... Okay, that does still count as outdoor or indoors, but it doesn't feel like it should. We're going to go ahead and vein mine those. We'll build a copy right there. All right, another magic level, and we are going to reduce the debuff on rack further. More, how closer? Okay. So probably not this mining run, but probably the next one. Research is coming along nicely. We can't make any linkables, I don't think, here. Yeah, it doesn't look like we can... Yeah, we can't do that. That's okay, though. Inspired surgery. Lovely. But yay! Meals aren't ever gonna go bad again, except when they do, but you know how that works. What caused us to go into forced slowdown mode? What just happened? I'm confused. Oh. The Shambler found somebody. Okay. Alright, that makes sense. Everybody, combat. Back here. You aren't one that we can... Okay, you did get hit once. But it was just a bruise. We did shoot off its thumb. Okay, and Skelly Man, where are you? We have a zombie for you to punch. You. Kill. Headshot. Everybody else, come out here. You are good. Morgue. Word of healing on that man. Alright. This thing's almost dead, finally. Do we have any ranged weapons on anybody right now? No, everybody's only carrying melee weapons still. Crouchy. Let's have you not go into this. Okay. All right. So we got one of these shards, which can be used to do stuff. And now this really just counts as a dead pawn, is the fun part. Alright, and he has the healing buff for his one bruise. Morg, you don't have enough to put the healing buff on the skeleton, but the skeleton's going to be okay. Alright, well. Yeah, we're definitely not in a good position combat-wise here. But it is what it's what we've got. Alright, I'm going to... Alright, we need to look at our farmers. Rack here, you, sir, have a solemn duty to get all of those crops out of the ground. I will let you finish sowing this bamboo tree. Even though it looks like it's already been put in the ground. Okay, and he's fully healed now. Bud, what are you... Okay, you're eating pemmican. That's allowed. Okay, and... Yeah, that number is not going up nearly as fast as I would like. But it is at least going up steadily. And with him being the only one who's harvesting... The cotton is ready. Yeah, everything's ready to be picked up here. And we are being raided. They're attacking immediately. Northlanders. It's an Itaken with a belt of throwing torches, but he's wielding a knife. Hopefully won't actually be throwing the torches. Staggeringly ugly. Steadfast. Psychically dull. And nimble. This is a good soldier. And again with the teenage, we have way too many. Doesn't have any combat skills. And natural meditation. Oh, are they going to suicide into the bugs? You're going to... Okay. Bugs. Yeah. Well. We need to... I think we need to try to sneaky wall this off somehow. Although that's really close to them and it might get their attention. Because I would like to be able to capture a raider every now and then. Okay, Rack, come on. You got this. Ooh, finished construction. It's once every 10 days, unfortunately. We don't have anything that requires a lot of work. Yeah, with the room being larger, it did decrease the amount of... Okay. We're going to do that. Okay, Psychic Soothe, we'll take it. But yeah, if we can get this... And I'm going to build right there. And then we might make a door. I don't know what this is proving to be more steel than I expected there to be. Okay, who's idle? You're idle. Why are you idle? Because you can't do plants. You know what? We have so much to pull out. I will allow you... I will allow you to actually work on plants. Alright, skeleton's fully healed. What have you decided you're going to do? You're going to go out and chop some wood. That's super allowed. What's her construction skill? Okay, it's somewhere. Onions! We have onions! We're going to start eating a varied diet. We're getting that cotton. Inspired recruitment. Okay. He's still... Okay, how long is this inspired recruitment going to last? 8 days. This is beautiful. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we will be able to bestow the curse on another corpse, and then we will be able to immediately recruit them. This is all within the timer, because that's 2.5 days, plus 2 days for the corpse to wake up. And then we can recruit them immediately. So that's good. That's good. That's very good. I'm happy with that. And his Psycaster XP is actually going up fairly quickly. I'm kind of surprised at how well it's growing. But I think we're going to go ahead and call it here for now. We do need to choose another research, please. Complex clothing. Oh my goodness, yes. Okay, this is one of the ones we desperately need, because this will allow us to actually take advantage of all of that cotton that we're pulling in right now. So we do get the basic tailoring bench here, and we do get the ability to actually make clothes for our people. So this is enormous. Finally, after all this time, one of the researches that we want. Now, to be fair, the ability to pick up rocks was helpful, except we haven't been able to utilize it yet. People have not prioritized this, because I guess I haven't forced them to, but still. Yeah. All right. I'm going to call it here. My name's Ilarian. Thank you for joining me. And hopefully next time we will be able to add to the colony and get all of these crops out of the ground. And maybe make the kitchen a little nicer. Well, not the kitchen. The kitchens are actually fine. The freezer needs help. So, and more sciencing. Close are they? They haven't been auto-converted yet. Okay. But I will see you next time. Bye-bye.